Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Barkanmu da warhaka da fatan kowa yana lafiya. So, wannan bidiyon yau za mu sake analyzing gold da kuma euro USD. So, yana so za mu yi analyzing pairs guda biyu cikin wannan video din nan, insha Allah. So, without wasting much of our time, let's get into the breakdown so that it will be quick and kuma very short. So if you are tired of blowing account and kuma you are looking for a profile wanda za ku yi amfani da shi, kuma profile wanda yake is very reliable, kuma is very transparent with their rules and everything, so za ku yi amfani da wannan profile din nan, which is called TTT market. So TTT market suna offering different types of account, tun daga kan 1 step, 2 step da kuma instant funding account, kuma sannan za ka samu account from $5,000 all the way har zuwa $500,000. So idan kana so ka yi amfani da wannan profile din nan, click on the link on the description na wannan video din nan, za ka samu sannan sai ka register. Starting with gold, kamar yadda muka sani, this is the beginning of new month, and kuma with the situations da kuma abubuwa da muke ganin suna faruwa yanzu, a duniya da sauransu, in terms of war da kuma sauransu, haka mun san cewa majority of the time idan irin wayannan abubuwan suna faruwa, gold tends to keep pushing to the upside. Like investors za su dinga dumping duk wani asset da suke da shi, suna siyan gold for a safety wannan. So ba abun mamaki ba ne, in few days ko kuma in few weeks or in few months idan muka ga gold ya kai har 6,000, that's somewhere around now. So ba abun mamaki ba ne, but before price ya zama cewa ya reach nan wurin nan, it needs to take sometimes with a high level of momentum. For example, idan za mu samu new months in to print something like wannan week, wannan candle din nan, then we would definitely be able to hit or get close to 6,000. But right now we are not up to 6,000, but we can still expect ko kuma anticipate one bullish continuation. And so a few weeks back, idan ba mu manta ba da nake analyzing gold, na yi magana akan cewa gold ya create wannan week din nan, and kuma if you look at the price action yanda ya faru a baya, za mu ga cewa the time da muke creating irin wayannan weeks din nan, that's on the monthly time frame, the time da muke creating irin wayannan weeks din nan, mukan ga price kan yi zo ya covering nasu. And if you look at wannan week din nan, shi ma same thing, price is trying to cover wannan week din nan and it's keep pushing to the upside. So now let's look from the weekly time frame, what can we expect? So if you look at on the weekly time frame, idan ba mu manta ba, last week breakdown da na yi, we talk about some key levels, misali kamar da muke magana akan wannan support level din in the price reacting, rejecting, and we talk about continuation, since ba mu da kowani key level the price is where tapping maybe a weekly time frame, so we expect to see price go all the way zuwa wannan high din nan. So on the daily time frame kuma idan ba mu manta ba, shi ma last week mun yi bayani akan cewa okay, gold yana nan wurin nan, muka ce okay, what we are going to expect is for price to come back to wannan key level din nan, and then price will continue to push to the upside. So idan muka duba za mu ga on Monday price just push, on Tuesday we have the pullback, even though mu kawo jikin wannan key level the number before the market start to push. So probably maybe on the lower time frame, maybe like on the 1 hour time frame, if you are familiar with structures, maybe we can anticipate something like this, and then we will know that okay, for sure the market is now trying to start to push it upside, because if you look at, we have a liquidity that market is sweeping, and we have a market structure shift, and we have a level of demand, and so if you understand concept that I shared in kwanaki video and I can liquidity the kuma supply and demands, so this is going to help you in understanding and kuma aligning way na abubuwa guda biyu in order for you to catch one big trade to the upside. Because if you look at Nazamu, we have a liquidity sweep, and we have a break of market structure, and then we have a demand level, and on the pricing ya down ya ci gaba da pushing. So idan ba ku kalla video da nayi ba, za ku koma videos dina ku check in order for you to understand how liquidity, the kuma supply and demand na break it now so down. So now coming back to the daily time frame, let's see what we might expect to see this week. So now we have major key levels. And now we're now one I'm expecting price here they reacting to on gold. And if you look above now we're Zamaga, this is another key level for me. One that a year Monday idamaka do Zamaga price I tap it into a key level. So what are we expecting? For me, what I'll be expecting is to see a pullback. I'll be expecting a pullback to maybe at least back to one key level of resistance turn into support. I'll be expecting to see something like this before any continuation to happen. So this can happen. And another thing is price can easily just keep pushing its way to the upside without revisiting Kokuma retesting non. So in this case, how are we going to do now? If you see one candle then Monday is a about the pushing a closing above one line then so probably Zami okay this price is not going to pull back, so rather maybe Zami again a short-term pullback zone, and then we can expect a continuation to the upside. And we're but for now on gold we are now sitting in one daily time frame key level of resistance, so I will be expecting and anticipating for price to react inside of non and have a pullback. So whether we can have the confirmation of the reaction maybe on the daily on the 4-hour time frame, or you can go to the lower time frame to look for other extra confirmation. The Zami taking trade now, but if you saw at the end of the day price are closing above the key level line, so probably Zami expecting more continuation. So maybe instead Zami testing one level and then we can keep pushing all the way to the upside. So on gold for this week, Kokumanche, beginning of this week, this is where I'm now interested in looking for my entries. So I'll be interested to look for confirmation like a one key level. So on the key level and that's where I'm interested in looking for my confirmation like this. So this is what I'm expecting. So now let's look at EURUSD. So let's look at EURUSD. So EURUSD Shima, this is the beginning of new month, and we can come to the monthly time frame to see what the market is doing on the overall higher time frame. So if you look at Zamagachua, price has been on a bullish trend. Price now has been in a bullish trend for quite some time, and Kuma on this bullish trend we tested some important key levels at the source. And if you look at the last key level, we take out one liquidity on the monthly time frame then and now it reject back. So what are we expecting? If you look at Zamaga, we did not close above the high, we reject, so we're expecting to see a push to the downside, maybe to this next level of liquidity. Kokuma to this next level of monthly time frame support. But this is monthly time frame, this is a very high time frame, so we can't just expect to see it happen once Kokuma in few days. So this need to take some time, maybe months, Kokuma 1 or 2 months. But the idea is to understand the direction, the bias of the market, and where we can focus on. So now if you come to the weekly time frame, this is where things might get a bit interesting. So if you look at Zamagachua, we have one price there rejecting, and where is this price rejecting from? Zamaga, we have a key level, and okay, price did not tap into one key level, then no rejection. And for me, I will use somewhere around them. So this is okay, let me check. So this is not a good key level for me, because for this to be a good key level, it needs to tap as support and resistance, and I see a breakout, which is going to be something I call the revalidation zone. So one is something entirely maybe on the weekly time frame, but we saw the liquidity sweep and it dropped, so probably we might be expecting to see more of price to push to the downside. So now if you look at on last week Zamagachua, we left a resistance and on Warana, and Kuma we have a bullish, a bearish and a bullish, which makes a level of support and on Warana on the weekly time frame, which price can test one level of support from this week, and then we can anticipate to see more drop to the downside like this. But this is also the weekly time frame, so we need to come to the daily time frame to find a key level. When this is a mature, we can use it for at least a short time swing trading, the so on and so. Coming to the daily time frame, what I'll be focusing on is the current key levels, the current key levels. But before then, let's go back to the monthly time frame so that I can make things more clear and easier for myself. So I want to mark previous month, current month, the comma where it's going to end. Okay, sorry, I think there is a mistake. I don't know why this is FXCM and the chart is not showing. Sorry, so let's switch it to another chart. Okay, let's switch it back to Owanda. So the FXCM one chart is not showing the chart. So same thing that we keep explaining. Let's go back to the monthly time frame. Let's mark out the range. So this is previous month, this is the current month, and we're expecting the month to stop. Oops, is this monthly or weekly? Sorry, it's the previous month, this is the current month, like this. So on the daily time frame, today it's Monday, and we have price pushing to the downside. Now I want to look for area of key levels where I can expect Kokuma anticipate the market to give me a reaction, for reversal or some things like that. Now, if you look at your Monday's price in I drop into the downside, testing a key level and which if you turn this key level into a line chart, we can see it clearly somewhere around something like this. So we can see it like this. So now if you look at Zamaga, one candle didn't be tested number by the it's a tested key level, it's invalid. But this Monday test this, and now it's rejecting when a key level then enter the upside. And if you look at Zamaga, we have a key level and we also have one key level then so depending on the one the market goes first, but this is the one that is close and where we can expect to see price react. So we have price rejecting this key level, and we have other key level and so we can easily see price here pushing back to one key level then if you have our confirmations, I'm getting price high pulling back. Price can decide to stop and keep pushing, towards to the downside, maybe to the next key level that we can achieve. So what we are going to do is we just need to pay attention to price action and look for other extra confirmations, which can lead our trade to push towards one key level and on the 4-hour time frame or on the 1-hour time frame, depending on your time frame of confirmation, so you can use one. But for me, I know on EURUSD beginning of this week, I'll be paying attention to see if I'm going to have this push to the upside. Breaking a violating, then we'll focus on the next level key level that make it entry confirmation bar, then we can pay attention to this key level high and see if we're going to have opportunity. This is a mature we are going to sell the market. So this is what I'm expecting on EURUSD as well. The gold, the EURUSD, these are the two things I'm expecting to start looking for from the beginning of this month, the beginning of this week. So enough at explaining, and it's very, very clear. So please don't forget to like the video, share and subscribe, if you like what I'm doing, if you like how I break down the market, the analysis, the so on and so. So